Hello, and welcome to Handled Ish Productivity for the Imperfect, a weekly podcast for those who want to elevate their productivity but are not looking for perfection. I'm your host, Betsy Hayes, and I am really happy you're here. Whether you're listening on your favorite podcast app like Apple Podcasts or Spotify, watching on YouTube, or watching on your KC24 CBS 47 Plus app that you can download on your smart television. I am just pumped that we are here and that we're continuing to have these wonderful conversations about being imperfect, being productive, and having the life that we want. So, this is episode 87, and I want to talk about, does your calendar match your New Year's Eve toast? And I've been thinking about this for a couple of reasons. First of all, I was making plans for New Year's Eve. And so I was thinking about New Year's Eve. And then I was also I spoke at a fabulous workshop a few weeks ago, and the keynote speaker was talking about this idea of a year later. And she had us pair up. Her name was Violet Rainwater. She's absolutely amazing. You can look her up on LinkedIn. She paired us up and she had each of us talk to our partner about a year later. So we were to imagine a year from now, and we were telling the person, the person we've been partnered up with, about all of the fabulous things that had happened the year prior. And it was such an adorable thing because the energy in the room just escalated. The person I was talking to just got so excited, sharing all the things with me, and I got excited sharing all the things with her. And, then of course, when we circle back up, Violet reminded us that that's all not going to happen. We're not going to be having those conversations a year from now if we hadn't been intentional about figuring it all out. And so that, of course, is, a parallel thought to the one about thinking about your New Year's Eve toast. Um, a lot of times, New Year's Eve is a celebration. We often do toast, right? Reflecting on the year prior. And I got to thinking that if we all, now in, mid-ish September, really started thinking about what we wanted to toast on New Year's Eve, whether it was just a personal thing to ourselves or whether we wanted to talk about it with the people we are with, um, what would we want to be talking about? What do we want to be celebrating at the end of the year? And does our calendar set us up for being able to do that? There's still plenty of time to do things, to subtract things, to start building things. And are we, spending the time on our calendar in order to be able to make that happen? So, my challenge to you this week is to take a look at your calendar and reflect on New Year's Eve and imagine, you've got your glass of champagne, sparkling cider, whatever it is, and you're about to give yourself a toast and you're about to say, you know what? This has been a really great year. Not a perfect year because we are humans and some gross stuff happened because that's just the way life is. And obviously, my wish for you is that we could not have that, but I'm not a magician. So even though this year was imperfect, it was also amazing because both things can be true at once, right? We can hold space for the yuck and the awesome together. And it was amazing because I really spent time on the things that were important to me. It was amazing because I, made progress on X. I got Y, out of my life. I started work on this. This actually, was completed, whatever it is. Um, think about that fabulous toast that you're going to give yourself. Again, you can just give it to yourself or in front of other people. Um, and let's make sure that the calendar for the next few months supports that and that you are giving yourself, right, time on your calendar. You are, even if you're a people pleaser, you are a person and you deserve to get the best of yourself as well. So, what can you, delete from your calendar? What can you add to your calendar? What can you give more space to on your calendar so that that New Year's Eve toast is exactly what you want it to be? And even if when you get to New Year's Eve, You are not giving the exact toast that you want to at this moment. I think it's really important to realize that the person that we become as we are going toward these goals that we have to ourselves is probably more important than the goal achievement itself. This is an idea that I love from Brooke Castillo with the Life Coach School. She talks about having these big, fabulous goals, and while achieving them, of course, is extra fun. As you know, the journey toward the goal is a lot longer than the goal achievement moment. And the person that we become as we're going for these goals, as we are keeping the promises to ourselves, as we are, seeing our progress and getting the momentum from, these little and medium and large wins, that's really the whole point of the whole thing, right? Is that we are growing and evolving and just enjoying this journey that we have here together. So that's what I have for you today. Think about your New Year's Eve toast. Make sure your calendar reflects the opportunity to be able to make that toast in the way you want. And yeah, and then, of course, sprinkle in a large amount of grace, a large amount of compassion. We are not robots, we are human. I've been sick for the last week, and have I accomplished anything? Absolutely not, other than an amazing amount of Netflix watching while I'm recovering on the couch. And so I'm giving my own self grace and compassion as I kind of regroup today. So, yeah, have the most amazing week ever. That's always what I wish for you. Please take this challenge, kind of spend a little bit of time on it, take it seriously. I think you'll be happy. And I will see you next time on Handled Ish, Productivity for the Imperfect. And remember, you are doing way better than you think you are. Trust me.